Think of being one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, with fame, fortune, and respect from millions worldwide. That's exactly the life Denzel Washington was living, yet something important was missing. Even with his incredible success, Denzel found himself searching for a deeper purpose. It wasn't until he walked into a church in Los Angeles that he experienced a moment so powerful it changed everything. In that quiet sanctuary, he witnessed a miracle that brought him to his knees, filling him with a peace he'd been seeking for years. But what exactly did he experience in that church? And how did it lead him to embrace faith in a way he never had before? Have you ever heard the saying that sometimes life pushes us towards a purpose we didn't even know we were meant for? Well, that's exactly how things began for Denzel Washington. Growing up in Mount Vernon, New York, Denzel had what you'd call a mixed childhood. His mother, Lennis, was a powerful influence on his life, a devout Christian who made sure her son grew up with strong moral values. But as for Denzel himself, well, faith wasn't exactly his main focus. Like most young people, he was trying to figure out what he wanted from life, and back then, it didn't look like he'd end up in a church anytime soon. Denzel was drawn to acting pretty early on, but he never imagined it would turn into anything big. He went to Fordham University with a pretty open mind, taking on different roles and honing his craft, yet never really sure where it would all lead. Acting was an exciting path, a chance to get out there, meet people, and show the world what he could do. But as he grew older, Denzel found himself more drawn toward fame and success than faith. He had the drive, the ambition, and the support of a strong mother who believed he could achieve anything he set his mind to. But spiritually, he was drifting away, choosing a path that seemed far removed from the teachings his mother had instilled in him. Then came the turning point in Denzel's career. A role on the popular medical drama, St. Elsewhere. This wasn't just a job, it was his big break, the one that introduced him to millions of viewers across the country. After St. Elsewhere, Denzel's career took off like a rocket. People began to see him as more than just another actor. He became a household name. His powerful performances in films like Glory, Malcolm X, and Philadelphia cemented his status as one of Hollywood's finest. It seemed like everything was falling perfectly into place for him, and he was doing exactly what he was meant to do. Yet, while Denzel was gaining fame, respect, and admiration, there was something missing beneath it all. No matter how much recognition he received, there were moments when he felt an emptiness he couldn't quite explain. It was as if the more he achieved, the more he realized that the spotlight couldn't fill every corner of his life. This might be hard to believe, considering how successful he was, but that's the truth. He loved his work, but he started feeling a pull, something deeper that his success just couldn't satisfy. Fame was fantastic, but it didn't answer all the questions he was beginning to ask himself. It was as if he was looking for a bigger purpose, even if he wasn't entirely aware of it at the time. As Denzel's career continued to soar, he began facing some personal and professional challenges that shook him. He'd worked hard to climb to the top, but as they say, the higher you go, the harder you can fall. Despite all his success, he found himself struggling with the pressures of celebrity life. He'd seen what fame could do to people, how it could take the best parts of a person and twist them into something unrecognizable. He was trying to keep a balanced life, but it wasn't easy. The demands on his time, the constant scrutiny, and the endless cycle of interviews and public appearances began to wear him down. It was during this time that he started to question things on a deeper level. He had all the trappings of success, but there were moments of loneliness and self-doubt that he just couldn't shake. He was at the peak of his career, yet he was starting to feel a growing sense of unease. It was as if he had reached the top of a mountain, only to find that the view wasn't as satisfying as he had expected. This was a pivotal time for him, a period where he began to seriously question the direction of his life. What was it all for? Was he really living the life he was meant to live? These were the questions that lingered in the back of his mind, creating an inner turmoil that he couldn't ignore. Denzel's life took a profound turn one evening when he found himself attending a church service in Los Angeles. Now, this wasn't just any visit. Something about this service felt different to him. Denzel had gone to church before, sure, but this time he was seeking something. Maybe he didn't even know exactly what he was looking for: peace, clarity, a sense of purpose. But he knew he needed something to guide him through the uncertainty that had been gnawing at him. As he sat in the pew, watching the service unfold, a wave of calm washed over him. Then, something happened that would change his life forever. During a moment of prayer, he felt an overwhelming sense of God's presence. It was as if, in that instant, every question he had, every struggle he faced, was being answered without a single word. There was a sense of clarity, a moment where he knew he was exactly where he needed to be. Denzel would later describe this experience as nothing short of miraculous. It was as if God had reached out and touched him, letting him know that he had been there all along, waiting for Denzel to open his heart. It wasn't a grand display or some dramatic vision. It was a quiet, deeply personal realization that God was with him. From that moment on, Denzel knew his life would never be the same. He had found something that fame and fortune could never give him, a sense of belonging and a feeling that he was on a path much bigger than himself. This experience wasn't just a moment. It was a turning point, one that would shape everything he did from then on. After that night, Denzel wasn't just a different person. He had a new direction, a new purpose. He started to view his career and his life through a different lens. Acting wasn't just about entertaining or gaining recognition anymore. For Denzel, it became a platform to inspire and uplift, a way to use his gifts for something greater. He began talking openly about his faith, using his success as a way to spread a message of hope, resilience, and, most importantly, faith in God. Denzel became more intentional with the roles he chose, the speeches he gave, and even the interviews he participated in. You may have seen clips of him at award ceremonies, where he speaks about his belief in God with conviction. It wasn't for show, it was his truth, a truth he felt compelled to share with the world. Denzel knew that his story had the power to touch people, to give them hope during their own times of struggle. His faith became a foundation in his life, guiding him through both personal and professional decisions. He started giving back more, helping communities, mentoring young actors, and always reminding people of the importance of faith, family, and purpose. But it wasn't just about preaching, it was about living his faith. Whether he was in front of the camera or talking to someone on the street, Denzel was committed to being a light, a reflection of the grace he felt had been given to him. This newfound purpose filled that void he had once felt, and it gave him a sense of peace he had never known before. Today, Denzel Washington is more than just an actor or a celebrity. He's a symbol of strength, faith, and resilience. His story resonates with so many because it's a reminder that no matter how successful we become, there's always a need for something deeper. People look up to him not just for his incredible talent, but for his authenticity and his courage to talk about faith in an industry that often shies away from it. He's not afraid to share his journey, his struggles, and his faith, making him relatable to fans from all walks of life. Denzel's legacy isn't just about the roles he's played on screen, it's about the role he's chosen to play off screen. His journey from a young man focused solely on success to a man of faith and purpose serves as a testament to the power of belief. Through his speeches, his charity work, and his interactions with people, he continues to touch lives and inspire countless others to look beyond the surface and find their own faith, whatever it may be. His story is a powerful reminder that sometimes life leads us down paths we don't expect. It might even take us into places of struggle or uncertainty, only for us to discover something extraordinary on the other side. In Denzel's case, that extraordinary discovery was faith, a faith that didn't just transform his life but continues to inspire everyone who hears his story. So, whether you're someone who's just starting out on your own path or someone who's been searching for meaning, Denzel's journey shows us that it's never too late to find what you're looking for. And who knows, maybe, like Denzel, you'll find it in the most unexpected place.